about an hour. All right? You're Glenn?
Yep.
I'm Randy. Nice to meet you. And that's Bryce?
Yep.
Okay.
And of course, I know more. He fishes with us. All right.
5 people. A lot of room to work. Woo!
You took both hooks.
It barely touched it.
What?
Like Erie Perch.
Yeah, both hooks are
He barely, I mean, just. There's one. I don't think this is a perch. Oh, get him in the boat.
Good job.
Woo!
That's how you get him in the boat. Save.
That's a good one.
Ooh, that's a big one.
It broke the center. Broke the center on off too.
Is that a copyright?
Well, double rigs.
What was it?
The double rigs.
Oh, technically a triple.
Yeah, technically a triple. Yeah. Andy.
Ooh, there's a nice one. Let's see, man, about took the rodder.
What do we got here? Yep. Got my other line. Ooh. Yeet.
That's why you take them off the hook right there. Yeah.
Ain't bad. Oh, big old drum.
Down back
More than that. Big hog. Got one. Middle hook again. Oh, oh, what is that?
Oh, it is a huge. We'll just drop that. Lots of water right now.
That might be bigger than that.
It's gonna be close. Doors, doing a little perch fishing on Lake Erie. So we're going to teach you how to rig this. This is a double rig, double spreader rig. It's got a center hook, so it's a triple rig. But anyways, you put it down, make sure it don't tangle it up, drop it all the way to the bottom. Once you feel that bottom, see that line not taking any farther. There's my bottom. Reel it up, reel it where you think it is, and then lift your tip up about 6-7 inches depending on the length of your leader. And now you are perch fishing. You're just waiting for a little tap at the tip of the line. So, not a bad one. Got them pliers? Never mind, I'll get them. Gonna be another nice fish too. Nice. Bitty guys. What is up, Hodges Outdoors? I just finished up our day at Lake Erie perch fishing. So I just wanted to go over the key components of being able to get your limit on Lake Erie for your perch and what made us successful. So we took out a head boat with the wharf, and basically it was Warren and I that were really the only two individuals there that were actually catching the Lake Erie perch. So these perch this day were barely biting the bait. So it really, the key was for us is that we were using I was actually using an MF rod for American fishing, where it's a medium light with fast action tip. So it's got a backbone, because you need that backbone because you're sitting down, 1 ounce, 2 ounce weights all the way down to 30 foot. So you wanted a little bit of a backbone, but you also wanted that fast action tip so you could see the very small bites from these perch. And that rod there, that is like the perfect rod for a Lake Erie. It might be some guys might say it's a little heavy, but personally I think that the ultralight type rods aren't enough for the backbone, and it won't give you the indication of the bite because the rod tip is so bent. It doesn't have that backbone to stand up. The number two thing is the type of spreader that you're using. So I like these spreaders. I don't remember where I got them. I like these willows here. When you're down 30 feet, you need some kind of indication or some kind of light reaction where the perch get a reflection of that bounce of the lake of going up and down, and it attracts some perch in there. The number 2 or number 3 thing that I absolutely think made an absolute difference is tying your own leader. So the day before, I tied my own leader. I used 6-pound fluorocarbon. So if you go to a bait store or something like that, typically it's like 20-pound monofilament, and you can see the line from 20 miles away. So I want to downsize the weight. So like a 6-pound fluorocarbon is perfect for perch. You're wondering how I tied my leader. So how I tie my leader, I use a snell knot. I don't know if you can see this. Snell knot on the actual hook itself. And then I do what it's called a perfection knot or an angler knot for that loop. So it gives a little bit of action there, having that loop, and then you can tie into that, and you can, you can snap these out real quick. If, say, a perch swallows a hook, you got to snap out and replace them. So I went ahead the day before and tied 20 liters for Warren and I, and we absolutely killed perch. The next part, the fishing of the perch. A lot of people, even when I talk to the first mate and the captain and stuff, they really were adamant, like, hey, these perch are kind of stingy. You got to know what you're doing to be able to catch these perch. So we recognized that the bite was so soft, so light, that you couldn't hold the rod in your hand. If you held the rod in the hand, you wouldn't be able to see it, and you wouldn't be able to distinguish from the bite itself and from you moving the rod. So the wharf is perfect. It has rails all the way around it, and it has bench seating, so you could literally set your rod, and it looks lazy, but you could literally set your rod where your rod tip, the widest part of your rod, was just barely over that railing, and you could see that little touch of that little Erie perch, just biting the bait. We also cut our bait. We started out with half-inch herring. We would cut the herring in half. That was actually too big, so we actually went down to, like, some of them, cut them in 4s, some of them 3s, whatever. We noticed that the heads and the tails were the biggest one. The midsection, they really weren't touching. The gobies and stuff in the bottom were actually eating the midsection before the perch could actually get down there. So hopefully this helps you. Helps you catch perch in Lake Erie, and I would highly recommend the wharf. The captain, the co-pilot, the co-angler, or not the co-angler, the first mate. He is actually a retired sheriff from that area, so support to our law enforcement. If you like these videos, let us know. Please subscribe, and we'll keep pushing them out to you. So see you soon. HodgesOut.